show. Welcome to the 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 show.
Hey!
Hey! That was a good riff.
It was a good riff. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 5 already of As for the Rest of Us. We are your supple, delicious, moist boys.
I like Moist Boyz. As in
RandomHeroXIX, a.k.a. Justin, DJ Shy Guy, Harris. And then you point at yourself.
Shadows,
a.k.a. Shaad, little tight white.
little white tight.
Little tight white.
Hey,
Bart.
Speaking about comments, and we had that comment on that one. I was like, hey, that's the dude that was like, hey, check out my sounds. I'll make you sounds.
Yeah.
So
you talked to him.
No, I
privately.
Didn't. No, I realized
side chat. You kicked him on Kick, and then you guys had you
Kick?
sent sex pictures on Kick.
What's Kick?
It's an app, like a messaging app, but a lot of people download it, and they're just like, you want to see my dick?
Like K-I-C-K?
K-I-K.
Are you sure it's not kink?
I'm pretty sure it's Kick.
Oh.
Kick.
Oh, like kicks.
If it was a kink, it would have an N in there.
I had to have an ink.
Yeah.
An ink.
You have to have an ink.
But no. So a follow-up to that, not the exact dude, maybe it been the exact dude. The little music project that I'm part of called Apples and Hand Grenades.
Oh, God.
We released a video.
I remember when I was part of that.
We released a video last week, or this week.
Yeah.
And on there was also
What was it that... What did you do this week?
Karma Police?
Karma Police. Yeah. I went and watched it.
I
went back. I didn't even know you guys did toadies and stuff like that, too.
Oh, yeah.
I went and watched all of them.
Yeah. Did you watch the Tyler video?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. But so when we did that, there was a posting on there that was like, hey, I like your video. If you ever need music.
I'm pretty sure a lot of those are spam. I didn't realize that until whenever we started getting more comments in on other videos of ours, we got more people that were like that. It was 2 different channels, but some of them were actually like one of them was like NCS music. The other one was something, I don't remember.
They just have a dude that's probably sitting there all day going...
Just typing in different shit.
Hey, I'll provide music for you.
I'll provide the music. I'll set the tone.
I'm just like throwing it.
There's that, yeah. Alpha Music NCS was the other one. That's a different one. Awesome job. If you need any free music for your content, come to my page.
Those might be those same people.
Yeah, same people. See, and then there's another NCS underneath it. Good video. If you need any free music for your videos, come browse through my playlists.
But they posted it on my music video, which I thought was really weird. That they're not even.
It wasn't just that we had a shitty intro theme or something like that. It was just
made me feel better about myself. Because I was like, I hope that people understand that our intro songs we write them as we're going into the episode.
We did get one on another video that said one guy was like, I really am seriously enjoying this, and you guys have potential to become, I see you guys having potential to become big YouTubers.
We got potential.
You got potential.
So how was your week?
Week was good.
Nice. Do anything nice? Do anything fun? Do anything...
I can officially say it now. I put in my 2 weeks notice at GameStop.
No shit.
Yep. I'm going to start working at Continental Tire.
Ooh, nice. What are you doing there?
Making the books, the big boys, dollars, hollers, I put it in my pocket. Yeah. And I'm going to go and then do that.
Are you doing awesome things there?
Not really. I mean, I'm working in the factory.
Cool. Well,
I mean, it's awesome to me.
Makes the bills. Makes the money.
More money than that with the restaurant and GameStop. I'm going to be making over double what I make doing both of those jobs. So
great.
It's definitely going to be awesome.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Good job.
I talked to Dallas and a couple of the other... Kent works out there too.
Yeah.
So I talked to a couple of
Dallas
people.
works out there?
Dallas is a supervisor out there.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I talked to Kent and him and a couple other different people about the job that I have, and it seems like it'll be fairly easy. It's mostly repetitive work, as you can... I mean, most factory work, I'm sure it probably is. But it seems pretty simple. They said it is pretty easy. It's just a matter of knowing when to push the buttons and move the things in the right spots, and once you do it, you're pretty well set.
Awesome.
But once I learn it, I'm sure it'll be easy. But
you get to listen to things on your buds, or is that kind of against the rules?
Jay said that there's people that even bring like Bluetooth speakers and stuff out there, and they'll just blare it loud enough in their area for them to hear because the factory's so loud.
That it's just kind of.
Yeah. I'll probably I either bring buds or I don't like the idea of having loose cables in front of machinery.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could bring a Bluetooth headset, but at the same time, like Bluetooth headset's probably going to have like 4 or 5 hours worth of battery life, so I'll have to like buy 2.
I think mine's like 10 or 12.
Yeah.
And I only paid like $20 for it on Amazon.com.
Amazon.com? Made it sound like where's that?
Check out Amazon.com.
Use the offer code as for the rest of us. Amazon.com to get 10% off your first purchase. Don't do that. That's not a real thing.
No, it's not. Not real.
So that was a really big thing that happened.
That's awesome.
Other than that, I've just been playing a few games. I got a new MMO that me and Dallas started playing together.
What's an MMO?
A massively multiplayer online experience.
How come it's not an MMO?
MMO? Massively multiplayer?
No, MMO. Massive multiplayer online experience.
Well, because they also RPG is usually tied to the MMO, so they always do MMO RPG.
Memo. It's a memo.
A memo. Black Desert is the name of it. It's kind of like a World of Warcraft type thing. Okay. But the coolest thing to me about it is this character that I picked makes it like playing like a RPG traditional game. Mm-hmm. That's like all the other characters are like that. You have different combo sets and stuff that you're supposed to learn. Mm-hmm. But the character I picked is like a fighter class character.
Okay.
So I'm playing this MMO, and I feel like I'm also playing like Tekken at the same time, because he's got like fighting combos and shit and uppercuts and stuff. So it's just like I'm running around this place fighting like high fantasy creatures like imps and stuff. I'm doing like fucking uppercuts and Hadoukens and shit like that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean that's really, I've not been doing a ton.
Cool.
What have you been up to this week?
Is that fan picking up on the mic at all?
Maybe just a smidge.
I don't know if it is.
It's usually pretty quiet. I mean, you can still hear that one kind of a little bit in the background too.
I just don't want anybody to be like, what the hell?
I'm sorry, guys, if this whole first 5 minutes of the podcast was just a shit show. God, I'm a failure. I quit. I'm back. I'm hired.
Awesome. What did I do this last week?
What did you do this last week?
This blast of a week. So, one thing I have to say, honorable mention, that I got a new toilet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it a bidet?
No, it doesn't have a bidet in it.
No.
But it takes turds.
Does it make your bidet?
It does make my bidet, actually.
See what I did there?
It takes turds like a champ.
Yeah.
Like, it takes them.
Like a hospital toilet?
No, it's not like you gotta hold your balls because they might go in also. It's not like that, but so before the flood of the house, before the great flood of 2017.
That's what I was thinking. Before the flood.
I had just a regular toilet that was evidently old. We didn't know this, but there's, for all of you who want some plumbing knowledge, a standard toilet years ago had a 2-inch pipe in it. Okay. So like the thing that went like that.
So what are we saying years ago is?
Like years, I mean, we're probably talking 10 years ago, maybe 15.
I didn't know how old it was.
Not like
compared to
not
here.
Too old.
Okay.
I mean, it was still white, so it couldn't have been that old. It definitely wasn't from the 80s with like the shag,
like it was green
cover, and it was like
shag cover. You could probably buy a shag cover for it if you wanted.
But so 2 inches.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dude, so I don't know what 2 inches is. I guess is what they say. But I mean, not a lot. 2 inches.
Probably. I would say like this.
So my toilet was notorious for getting clogged, even with just some pee-pee and toilet paper.
Well, yeah. If it was a 2-inch space, I mean, if you're dropping a huge load.
So yeah, not to get too, but my shit's big sometimes.
Yeah, mine is too.
And
I call it dropping the hammer. Like Thor's.
And so
nobody else can pick it up.
When we got the flood.
But me.
When we got the flood, we got a new toilet, and the landlord opted to go an inch bigger.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I got 3-inch, which is I think the standard, the minimum. I think it's the minimum. Before two wasn't even the minimum. We were below minimum.
Oh my.
You can get a 4. these days. But we got 3. I don't have to plunge the toilet. It's amazing.
You got like a 6.
6? That'd probably be killer. Like, you'd just be, like, you could take 2 poops and not even have to worry about flushing in between. Mm-hmm. Don't even have to worry about it's brown, flush it down. Mm-mm. If it's brown, wait till the next brown comes along and then flush it down.
What do you think? Like, is that like a
baby's arm?
Like an airplane toilet?
I don't know.
You know, I mean, like how they have such huge, powerful suction, like you press the button, it's just
yeah. But so that's one awesome thing that I just was like, I need to mention that my new toilet takes turds like a champ.
I need to talk about my shit for a bit,
just for a moment. I also went to this past weekend. Went to Pride Fest in St. Louis, which was super cool. I went last year. Was my first Pride. And it was okay. I had an okay experience. Had a lot better experience this time around.
I know a guy that went there that works up at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I won't mention his name just for the sake of the podcast, but he drove up there with friends of his.
Okay.
They were supposed to be leaving Saturday afternoon or evening or something like that. They couldn't find him.
The guy?
Like, they lost him. They ended up just coming home.
Like, they left him at Pride?
Yeah.
What kind of friends do
They were like, we'll go back and get him on Sunday.
Oh, because they were going to plan on going back anyway?
I guess, yeah. So they went back on Sunday, found him, and, like, he is, like, so fucking plastered and so wasted from just doing nothing but drinking and fucking everything that he possibly could that he's just like, fuck that. I think he was supposed to work Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't show up. They got a hold of him, and people came up. They were just like, yeah, he's done right now. And then was like, when's the next time he works? They're like, Wednesday. It was like, we could probably get him up here by Wednesday.
Oh my gosh. So
party hard.
I am not that person evidently anymore, if ever at all. I didn't drink a drop. Just walked around maybe for a couple hours. Listened to a little bit of music. Took in a little bit of that, and had a good time. It was all good.
I've always wanted to go. I've just never got a chance to go up there whenever it's going on.
There's two. There's probably more, but there's 2 different festivals in the St. Louis, Missouri setup that I know of. One is on Grand, on South Grand, which is real low key. It's next to the park. It's just kind of.
Is there one that has like tents and stuff set up and everything too?
Both of them do.
Both of them do.
So the one
because he was saying that whenever he goes up there, he knows a lot of the people there. Yeah. So he was going to get to go into like one of the VIP tents, and he said something about that's why he was so plastered, because he drank for free. Like he didn't have to pay for anything.
I got you. So he went to the one downtown.
Probably.
So downtown is like a whole entire city block, if not 2 city blocks, and there's 2 different main stages. There's a VIP tent, there's a bunch of booze, there's a bunch of food, there's a bunch of everything out there. There's also a bunch of protesters, which make me really uncomfortable.
Gay protesters?
Yeah, like anti-gay. And they're like, you're doing the wrong thing. And like, I don't know. I don't know about protesters. I don't want to get political, but just, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, that's obviously a thing that everybody is completely comfortable with to a certain extent, obviously.
It makes me uncomfortable.
I'm just meant, like, I'm talking about the actual Pride Parade and everything.
Oh, yeah.
They wouldn't have it be city approved if it wasn't something that enough people were comfortable with for them to do what they wanted to do downtown to celebrate, you know, who they are as people and as individuals.
Absolutely.
That's totally fine. But why, I don't know, people like that just are assholes. That's just... If you're, especially if it was a Christian group, I don't want to pay attention. I don't want to get political about it either, but and especially if it's like a Christian group, it literally says in the Bible that you're not supposed to judge people, like not like that. You're supposed to be at least not publicly, anyways. If you're going to do it, probably just do it in your own head. I mean, like any other normal human being would. Yeah. I get you're right. You have the right to say and present your case and do everything that you want to do, and that's how strongly you feel about it. And it does say in the Bible, too, you know, like, you know, you're not supposed to be gay. The marriage and all this stuff is supposed to be for a man and for a woman and everything, too. But, I mean, I feel like judgment is also a big part of that. You could say it in your church and say it in public places and stuff like that, but you don't have to protest it and wave it in everybody else's face, because that's you clearly being like, I'm an asshole, this is how I feel, you're wrong and stupid, and I think that you're this way because I've got this sign that says so, and blah. I don't know.
Yeah. Welcome to the Ask for the Rest of Us podcast, where we love everyone.
We do.
I don't care.
I'd fuck a man.
That's our tagline.
As for the rest of us,
we'd fuck a man.
We'd fuck a man. Cillian Murphy.
Overall, it was good, though. It was good. We had a great time. Got to eat some good food. Not at the festival, but
what'd you eat? Did you eat the pizza?
I ate at Lulu's.
Did you eat the pizza at Lulu's?
Lulu's
I don't know what Lulu's is.
Lulu's is a vegan restaurant.
Did you eat a vegan pizza?
I didn't. They don't have pizza there.
What did they have at the vegan restaurant?
They have, actually, their specialty is a...
If you say pizza, I'm going to smack the shit out of you.
It's deep-fried cauliflower.
Deep dish pizza.
It's deep-fried cauliflower smothered in buffalo sauce. It's fucking amazing.
What is the place that's insane? It's an Irish pub place. Dressels. We go there. They've got flash fried cauliflower that Manny gets there, and it's fucking... I don't like it. She says it's amazing. And it's just flash fried. They serve it with some type of a... I want to say like an olive oil sauce or something like that effect. And it's sprinkled with like a seasoned salt on top.
I gotcha.
But she says it's amazing. I get the poutine while I'm there.
Poutine is, I know this.
That's the fries with the cheese curds on it and the bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like actual pork belly, though. Like it's the thick cut stuff.
Pork belly.
It's delicious. And it's covered in brown gravy.
Yeah. I like brown gravy.
I do, too. I like all those things.
Those are the things that happened to me this week. I've got one more thing that didn't happen this week, but it happened last week.
Cool.
So, have you ever WebMD'd?
Yes. Regrettably so. And I don't really advocate it because it's a very scary thing.
So,
like, my lower back hurts. We probably have fucking terminal cancer, so you don't have but 6 minutes to live.
This topic, this segment of the show will now be titled, To WebMD or Not to WebMD? So, I've been pretty... you may not know. I think you know. I have a milk allergy, a dairy allergy.
Yes.
I don't eat
You're
ice
lactose
cream.
intolerant.
No, not lactose intolerant.
Okay.
Because that gives you the poopy shits most of the time, or the Verbix, the Verbix. The
you got a Verbix?
I have always said that I have a swelling of my throat when I have dairy products, and it makes it difficult to breathe. Mm-hmm. Which it does. Don't get me wrong. But let me ask you a question.
Sure.
When you have a milk, or an ice cream, or a yogurt, anything of those, do you get kind of a gummy feeling in your throat sometimes?
Yeah, I think that's also, it's one of those, I get it sometimes when I drink a soda and stuff too. I get like that, like
heavy syrup and whatnot. Yeah. So that's exactly
it's just like, it's when I get thick loads of stuff in my throat.
I thought that was me having an allergy. I decided 2 weeks ago
to drink some semen and see if the same thing happens.
I decided I want to try ice cream.
Yeah?
I haven't had ice cream in years.
Yeah.
Had it. Didn't die.
That's good.
And I haven't stopped eating ice cream since. So fuck WebMD because...
So what did you type into WebMD? Milk allergy?
Oh, I don't know. That was years ago. I've been saying I had a milk allergy for probably 15 years.
Milk allergy. What milk should I drink? Allergy tablets versus allergy shots? What milk should I drink? I started drinking almond milk. That shit is fucking amazing.
I drink that.
I love it so much.
I actually do cashew milk.
It says on the bottle it even has like double the amount of calcium of regular traditional milk. I was just like, and it's going to make my bones even stronger, twice as strong. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be boning it up everywhere. Cow's milk, skim, 1 and 2%, whole. Don't drink that shit. It makes you vomit. Chocolate milk.
That's not a type of milk.
What is that? What is that? Is that put a straw hole in the top of a... Yeah. Well, no, I meant in the lid. Like they just punched a hole in the lid of a mason jar and they were just like, okay, this is a thing.
That's chocolate milk.
What is this?
Because you drink that when you work out. She's been working out.
What are those?
What are those?
What are the hand?
What
are those?
Those are for push-ups.
That is?
Yeah.
Why can't you just do them on the ground like a normal human being?
Because it hurts your wrists.
Whatever. I've got carpal tunnel, I'm sure. Lactose-free milk. Why is he holding his stomach if it's lactose-free?
Because if he doesn't, that's what happens.
Hey, welcome to goat's milk. Soy milk. We could make our own soy milk out of the soy farm next door.
We have a soy farm? Farm?
Well, they're growing soy. Yeah, soybeans. They do the beans. It's the annual cycle. Like it's beans one year and then corn the next year because the leftover remnants of the beans is better for the corn growth.
Yeah, they rotate.
Stronger. Yeah, they rotate it because
no
of it.
Potatoes though.
Are you showing off the Airhead soft filled bites?
See, they got a filling.
Yeah, little chewy Airhead things. They've got like a little sprinkly dusting on the outside, and then they've got a juicy cream filling like my ex-wife.
Or a Cadbury cream egg.
Yeah, that too.
Anyways,
so, that's what happened. We went off on a milk tangent. I'm sorry.
WebMD.
Uh-huh.
I used to love it. I still haven't been to the doctor in probably 16 years.
16 years?
How old am I? 28? 16, 12? No. 14 years.
It's a long time.
That is a long time. But I've been WebMDing myself all this time, and so I thought I was good. Now it turns out that I've been losing out on ice cream this entire time, which is a crime.
No, you could probably have diabetes. You'd be losing a foot and you didn't even know.
But
you thought it was just like a big bug bite.
Since then, I kid you not. So we're talking about the first part of June. I did this. Pretty sure that I've purchased ice cream, whether at a Dairy Queen or at an ice cream stand.
Sure.
Or at which there's a new one in Carbondale.
Where at?
In the in the student area, by campus, called Scoops. And they have
like a
scoops of ice cream.
Yogurt?
No, it's ice cream.
Yeah.
And they just
throw yogurt for what
like
it was.
They don't have the machine. They scoop it.
That's cool.
Hence the name Scoops. But yeah, don't listen to WebMD because you're gonna lose out on ice cream for years. And I've been in heaven. I've had probably 12 servings of ice cream.
From between June, we're at what, 28th now?
Yeah, probably so like the 2nd.
Since the 2nd?
Or the 3rd, something like that.
That's a lot of ice cream to have in the time. I've maybe had ice cream once in that gap.
Like maybe 3 or 4 times a week. I've been
Damn.
rocking ice cream. But I've got
shit
time.
Like it's going out of style.
I said, I got time to make up.
I'm going to do this for another 14 years.
I got to do this. But yeah, WebMD or not to WebMD, not to WebMD. It's a bad thing.
Da! And now on to the news.
All right, what you got?
News. First thing I'm going to discuss, the mini SNES Classic is launching in September for only $80. It's including a bunch of awesome, amazing games.
How many?
About 21. 20 plus 1. That's what I've seen on the box art. So you can see...
That comes out to about $4 a game?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, I feel like it's totally validated and worth it. These games are amazing.
Are you getting anything... is there expansion packs ever? Or is this... it's the 21 games and
it's the 21. That's how it works. It's just like the NES Classic. So the NES Classic that came out last holiday season is about the same size as this. You can see it fits about in the palm of your hand.
Big hands.
They're modifying they're changing, because whenever the NES Classic came out last year, the biggest gripe from people was that the controller cable length was notoriously short. It was only about like a 2-foot cable. So for people to be able to want to sit comfortably in a chair or on a couch or something like that, it just became like a huge pain.
Inconvenience.
These are like between 5.5 to 6 foot long cables that'll be coming with it. You get 2 controllers in the box instead of the one that came with the NES Classic. So you'll get 2 controllers. There's several 2-player games that come in the list, which I'll talk about the list here in a second.
At least.
I feel like it's totally validated, and here's why. Because we talked about this on Geek Grab Bag a little bit.
Them!
I know, they're assholes. So, they said, well, not they, but Dallas, he always likes to argue about the Nintendo being bullshit. my validated point is, one, it's mostly for the novelty of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it is completely warranted. I like the idea of having something that is small enough and portable enough that you can leave it in your living room, or you could take it with you on the go. It does come with multiple controllers, and it plugs into HDMI directly, so you can plug it into any TV that's a current television in play. Everything is upscaled. It's still going to be in the standard definition, but it's all going to run at 60 frames a second, so it's going to be a lot smoother of a look to it. It's not going to have any latency whenever you're playing on a big screen.
Yeah.
So it's all better enhanced. The argument to it was, he was saying that, you could get all this stuff in emulators on your phone. You can get all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's fine and dandy. But like I said, it's the novelty of the thing. There's so many of these games that are on this that are legitimately my favorite games.
Sure.
Like ever. Growing up, playing them constantly and everything. And it's just really awesome to have something like this, like I said, that you can take with you, that you could just have at home and say, we should play Super Mario World. And sit down. We have the two controllers. You don't have to go and try and find your old SNES, plug it up, and use some kind of a weird converter to get it onto your smart TV. It's all just there and done.
Well, and if we're like me and you were gonna go on a trip, where we're gonna go to the Rockies, and we were like, well, what are we gonna do when we're not rocking the Rockies?
Right.
And I'd say, well, why don't you just bring your SNES along?
I'll bring my SNES,
and we'll rock it out
in the Rockies.
We're going to bedtime. We'll rock it out in the Rockies.
Yeah. Do you think that we could go to a little place called Aspen?
Yeah.
While we're passing through there?
I think so. And the other thing about the well, you can just use the emulators is it goes back to my argument from last week, which is there's got to be somebody supporting these companies, whether they're making billions and millions of dollars or not. They're still providing something to people, and you need to support it if you want them to continue to be able to. Yes. And this is a way to do it in a fun way that's like, hey, this is kind of catchy.
Also for people like you and other people that are younger generations that are coming up now. I mean, for you, because you didn't hop, like you said last week, you didn't hop into the bandwagon of things until PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Or for the younger generations, none of these people grew up playing Nintendo or Super Nintendo or anything like that. This is a really cool, cheap way at Christmas time for them to be like a parent to buy this and say, look, this is the Legend of Zelda game I grew up playing. Or, look, this is Donkey Kong Country. This is the way it used to be. There's two controllers. We can play together. I know this game because I grew up playing it, and I would love to teach you about this, and we could play it together.
Yeah.
It's a cool, like, family experience, too. I just think it's a really smart idea.
And I'll still go on record with saying that if they bundle these games up since they're already upscaled a bit and whatnot and can handle the current stuff, they throw this on a disc, even if they two-part it, and they, like, say they can sell it for $50 and $50.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They could do $60 and $60 for the NES Classic Edition stuff on one cartridge for the Switch, and then on another cartridge on this for the Switch. They could easily do it.
Yeah.
They did say that this is going to have a much larger volume. But they did say this comes with the catch. They're going to have a ton more out, and it'll be more readily available than what the NES was, because the NES was really, really hard to come by. People weren't sure if it was going to be around or not. They said this is, as soon as it hits 2018, they're done making them. So from September, from Nintendo.
The SNESes.
So from September until the end of the year, that is that window that you have time to try and get an SNES Classic, because once it hits the beginning of 2018, Nintendo is done making them. So we have that time gap to actually get
that frustration that everybody had last year with
the
NES.
It came out in November, and it was all the way up until like February, March. We still have people come in and asking just by happenstance because nobody knew that it was canceled or that they weren't going to do it, and they didn't tell us until like March or April.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was something that was delayed out, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, we're not going to make any more of those. That's why it's so hard to come by."
Which they're making a limited market. And they're saying, "Hey, you've got from October to December. Order your shit, or you're done. All is good. Or you can buy it at a premium on eBay or something."
Yeah. So the game titles that are coming out for it: Contra 3, The Alien Wars, really good Contra game. Again, multiplayer, so that's something that you could do
two player
Super
with.
C. It's not Super C. It's Contra 3.
Super C came out on here too, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Donkey Kong Country, again, 2-player, amazing platformer game. Earthbound, arguably one of the best Japanese RPG games ever.
And they did a re-release on this on the Wii U, or on the Wii.
Yeah, they digitally enhanced it and everything, like a couple years ago, actually.
Yeah.
And put it back out again, and everything. It was a big deal because Earthbound since then hadn't been been in our region for years. At that point, it had been like 10 plus years since they'd made a version of it.
Yeah.
So being on the Wii U, it was amazing, and now it's going to be on this. Final Fantasy III, arguably again one of the best JRPGs ever, and one of the best Final Fantasy games.
Hold up. What's a JRPG?
Japanese.
Oh. Okay.
Traditional RPGs Japanese RPGs and Final Fantasies and all those stuff, they all stem from Japan, but there are Western RPGs that are developed in America.
Hey, what? Yeah, give me an example of a Western RPG.
Western RPG would be like Mass Effect, KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. Mm-hmm. Which I don't Undertale, like. Undertale is set to be a lot like Earthbound, but it was created in America, so technically it's a Western RPG.
So some of it's regional, like some of it's just because where it was created, and some of it has to do with gameplay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's Western RPGs that are very traditional based as well, but I would say for the most part, if you're getting a JRPG like a Final Fantasy, you kind of know what to expect because you're getting a Japanese RPG. This is like the way that they've made it from the beginning. They don't change the shit that much. It's always kind of the same turn-based. They got
a good thing going for them.
And Final Fantasy III, which in Japan is Final Fantasy VI.
Okay.
Final Fantasy III and Final Fantasy VII are heralded as the two best Final Fantasy RPGs. Because I was going to say 7 is the big guy, huh? Yeah. 7 is absolutely huge because it was the first 3D one that anybody had ever seen. But whenever they had the old ones that were the 2D ones, the little sprites and everything, 3 was the best.
Okay.
F-Zero, one of the best racing games ever.
Okay.
Kirby Superstar and Kirby's Dream Course. Dream Course is like a weird Kirby golf game type of a thing. Okay. It's really quirky and it's really fun, and you could do 2-player, like a versus in it too. Superstar is all of the original. Superstar. All the original. You did on my forehead. I felt it right here, right up here. All the original ones that were on like Game Boy and SNES Game Boy. And they've been remade for this, and they put them all in one cartridge. So you're getting a bunch of that. Zelda, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That is my favorite game of all time,
hands down. Which has come out on Game Boy.
It was on Game Boy Advanced. Okay.
Yeah. I knew I played it at some point.
Yeah, Game Boy Advanced. It was on SNES, Game Boy Advanced. They put a version of it out on. I think there was a disc on GameCube that had it on there too.
Oh, okay.
Something maybe. I might be wrong. Mega Man X, one of my favorite Mega Man games. Secret of Mana is a kind of like a mix between a traditional JRPG game and like it's kind of like a hack and slash in the same time, like a Zelda. But it was like one of the first that was in that genre that actually allows for 2-player.
Oh, right on.
So you can do 2-player in that game. The original Star Fox, for the first time ever, Star Fox 2 is getting made and produced.
Isn't that weird? It's crazy.
It is really fucking weird and crazy, but it's amazing that it's actually going to be on something.
So that kind of hits the... I mean, I've never played a Star Fox game. I don't know anything about Star Fox at all, except for he was on that...
Smash,
yeah. You knew what I meant.
Smash.
But the fact that they're releasing a Super Nintendo game in 2017 that's never been released before... Well, one, you're not going to be able to have an emulator for it. So anybody that wants this game is going to have to...
I would assume it maybe have leaked out over time and been emulated. Okay. I don't know because I've never tried to look for it, but I would know that it definitely will be emulated now that it's going to be out on this for sure. People will plug it into the PCs and actually get the files and stuff too. Okay. But just the fact that it's actually going to be on a full-on console, that makes this whole thing rare enough in and of itself because this is going to be the only time you're ever going to get it.
Absolutely.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo, that's my favorite Street Fighter. I love Street Fighter 2. Super Castlevania 4, again, it's my favorite Castlevania game.
This is made for you.
It is. That's what I'm saying. I'm super stoked for it. This is all my favorite shit. I love Super Mario Kart. And again, like that's Street Fighter, Mario Kart, Ghouls and Ghosts, or not Ghouls and Ghosts, but those are all 2-player stuff too. What?
Was there a Mario Kart?
What do you mean?
Like before Super Mario Kart?
No, Super Mario Kart was the first one.
That's the first one?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Super Mario RPG, that's the Legend of the Seven Stars. That one is the one that is made by Squaresoft, so it's like a Final Fantasy style game, but with all Mario characters, and they made a whole bunch of new unique characters for the game specifically. There's a character in that game named Geno. He's like a puppet that gets inhabited by a star spirit, and he comes to life.
Oh, okay.
And he has been such like an underdog fan favorite, like ever since the original Smash. After that came out, people have been putting out petitions and pushing really hard to try and get him as a Smash Brothers character really, really badly, and it never happened.
That's funny.
Super Mario World, amazing game. Super Metroid, Super Punch Out, and then Yoshi's Island, which is, I love playing Yoshi's Island. But those are the 21 games that are going to be on it. I didn't show off this one yet, but the you can see here the Europe and Japanese version is going to get the version that looks like a Famicom. So the Super Famicom that looks like the old school one with the pads that have the multicolored buttons and stuff too. So
don't feel bad if you didn't know what a Famicom was, because I didn't know what a Famicom was.
It's okay to not know.
It's okay. You don't have to.
Do you have any additional news that you want to say?
Oh, come on! You know me. I've got news out the butthole.
Out the butthole.
Out the butthole. Yeah, I've got a couple of things. Game wise, we're gonna stick to games.
Oh my!
For a moment.
We're gonna get on games. We was on games all last week.
Just for a moment.
We had the E3 2017 Spectacular.
We had so I downloaded some demos of games because I was like, I'm a demo a game or two. So I demoed 3 games that I'll have a review for you. You ready for it?
Yep.
First one, can't remember, so we'll come back to it. Second one, Child of Light. Third one, Doom. So first one, I still can't remember. So Child of Light, super cool.
It can be a 2-player experience.
Is it really?
It can be. One person can actually control the light.
The light guy? So I realized that I really like artsy-fartsy shit. And that's how I like my comics, too. Like, I don't...
It's like an indie game mixed with, like, a traditional RPG, in a way.
So I like... Because, like, I like my... I like DC and I like Marvel Comics and whatnot. But, like, give me, like, something artsy that has a bunch of pictures and paintings and awesome shit. I'm in. So that's what Child of Light was for me, and I was like, I like this game. Yeah. When I'm ready to play a new game, I'm gonna pick up Child of Light.
It's a really cool art style, and it has a really good story too.
Yeah. It made me think of, do you remember there was a PC game called Nightmare Ned?
Yes.
It reminded me of that in the sense that Nightmare Ned was kind of an artsy kids game.
Yeah.
It was kind of like real, what's that word when it's not like mainstream? It's
indie?
No. I mean that works, but abstract. Like there's like real like stuff that doesn't really make sense, or like your
abstract design and stuff like that.
Like Child of Light, if you like that watercolor kind of indie. I was
gonna say, I was like, if you have like that kind of a gameplay and stuff, there's probably a lot of indie titles that I could point you towards that you would like then too.
Cool. The Doom, I didn't play yet, so I don't really have a review on that.
It's really good.
And so I really just have a review on Child of Light.
Okay.
Is that I really
what was
like
the first game then?
I can't remember.
You can't remember at all?
Still can't remember. I might be able to remember. Entertain the folks at home.
Hey folks at home, just going to take this time to let you know that if you want to leave us a comment or anything like that, or ask us any questions, feel free to post in the comment section below, either be on Facebook or on YouTube, because this will be posted on YouTube as well, or hit us up on Twitter. You can see our Twitter handles here on both sides. Ask us a question or anything like that, we'll answer it on the next week's podcast, or we'll mention whatever comment or thing that you have to say. I don't have it posted on here anymore because I decided to go with artsy font, but our music that we have is listenable at soundcloud.com/as for the rest of us. It has a selection of music that we have written and put out on there. And then also you can go to Bandcamp and search for As for the Rest of Us on there if you feel like supporting us and paying a little bit of Robert De Niro for some of our songs and stuff. We, back in 2014, wrote a big song list we called the 52. We recorded a song a week for the entire year. Every single week we had a new song that we put out. Technically, it was 53 songs because we wrote a Christmas song to throw in there with it as well.
And we picked a year that had 53 Wednesdays.
We picked a year that had 53 Wednesdays, so that's how it ended up getting put out. But we consider it 52, the Christmas bonus track.
Yeah.
So feel free to hit us up on there. Now I won't have to plug the end of the episode because I did it in the middle of the episode.
Right.
Thanks for listening, and
our ad.
Hopefully I didn't bore you guys and scare you away with my.
There's a line across.
Stuff.
Oh, never mind.
It's just there.
Oh,
it's me running across it.
We're
good.
I can't find it.
Cool.
I don't know what it is.
You have any other news?
I can talk forever, but I wanted to talk about music a bit. There's been some new music that's out, new music that's coming out and has been announced, and some other comments I have on things. So first off, I want to start with CKY has released a new album.
Yes.
Called The Phoenix.
I listened to it.
You listened to it.
What
was your thoughts on it?
Chad's voice has gotten really weird.
I didn't know that Chad had voice. That Chad had a voice that sounded that close to Darren's, enough to where you could go, that's kind of CKY. Like I guess I didn't realize that it was this close to that. I didn't hate it, but I didn't.
No,
love it either.
musically it was very CKY, but for the most part, like I said, it took me a while to really get into his vocals because me and Mandy were listening to it together in the car, and I was just like, I didn't know if it was even Chad again or not. So I looked it up just to see it. I was like, sure enough, it was like it's a 3-piece, and Jess is still playing drums. And said it's the same people, just got a different bass player.
And that was what I was going to ask: did Darren play bass or did they both play guitar?
I think they both played guitar.
Okay.
So it was 4 always. They got a new bass player, and then it's just the 3 of those.
Did they have a bass player ever before? Oh, they did.
Yeah, it was always a 4-piece whenever they would play.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a 3-piece.
But yeah, it's good. Like I said, it's completely different than what I was expecting. We went back and I listened to what was the Answer Can Be Found. It's the one that was before.
No, there was one after that.
What was that one?
Carver City.
Okay, well, we went back and listened to Answer Can Be Found.
Yeah.
Just to get a sample of his old voice directly after we was listening to like half of the first of the Phoenix. And I was just like, it's so fucking different.
Yeah,
it's
when you really compare
vastly different.
And that's the first album that Chad sung on, like actually sang on. He's like done like harmonies and parts and whatnot with it. Yeah, it was okay.
What was the other one? You said there was another one too, right?
Another album? Carver City?
No, that you were
that I was talking about. Sorry. The other one I wanted to talk about was that the Toadies have announced their new album.
Oh yeah, because they do that on a tour too.
They're doing a tour. So Toadies are going to be rocking out. For those of you who didn't know, the Toadies are still active.
Yeah.
And they have their last album was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I'm sure this one will be just about the same. I've seen them twice live in like the last 5 years.
The Lower Side of Uptown.
Yes, the Lower Side of Uptown. So that's going to be
September 8th.
And they're, I think, going to be releasing a single for it here in the next couple weeks or so.
I don't know that I'll actually be able to go to the show, but that is a pre-Point Fest, way back Point Fest thing show, and it's them and I think Local H is opening up for them.
Yes.
That would be so good. You high-fiving, motherfucker.
And then, so that's music news. Then, obviously, we've already mentioned, but we've got Queens of the Stone Age coming down the pike. We've got Foo Fighters coming down the pike.
All of them down the pike.
Going to be a good 2017 music
I saw on an article that said that the Queens of the Stone Age and Foo Fighters have been recording their albums less than a block away from each other.
They've been critiquing each other's things and just kind of being like, oh, that's what you guys are doing. That's cool. And
yeah,
that's
like really awesome.
That seems fun. I also I got caught up in watching live videos last night.
Live videos
of like concert footage.
Okay, yeah. I remember you telling me.
So my first one is I got caught up in Machine Gun Kelly.
MGK.
So I don't know much about Machine Gun Kelly, but was that him? What I do know is the only reason I got into there is because I was watching Blink-182 music videos.
So good.
And he did a cover of one of their songs on his Rock M Ring show, or Rock AM Ring.
Rock AM.
Rock M Ring.
I don't know.
Rock M Ring. I don't know. Anyways,
Rock.
That just happened this past month, and then when I checked it out, I was like, he's got a full band. Like it was like electric guitars, heavy metal drums, like double bass going, and like
that's the thing. Like
shit.
A lot of people are saying, because he used to be like, now he's kind of got like the music poppy, and it sounds very samey to a lot of the shit that's on the radio.
Okay.
But all of his old albums were very praised because he was like a fast rapper.
Yeah.
He was like up there with like Tech Nine as far as like the fast rapping and stuff like that goes. So he was very heavily praised, at least before. I think a lot of people are like, oh, he's selling out now and shit like that. But I've not seen any of his live stuff. But it's kind of cool.
Playing guitar, playing electric guitar,
So
playing
does Lil Wayne.
Yeah. But I mean, he's playing Blink-182, and like they're like making like kind of a heavier version of it. So I kind of got into a couple of songs, and realized that I went to a breaking news.
Go ahead. You finish. I want to show it though. I didn't know this was a thing. That's fucking funny.
There's a whole series of it.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
It says number one.
I mean, not just this. There's something else.
Okay.
We'll be with you about this shortly.
Sorry.
But the songs that he's actually got recorded sound nothing like it, the live version, which is real frustrating because I want the live version. The other thing I listened to, it was a link to the next thing, was System of a Down's Pink Pop show this past month as well. And I didn't really care about System getting back together. I was like, oh, that's cool and whatnot. Like, you know, I watched the first like 3 minutes of that video and realized that I do want a System of a Down reunion, and I was
I want the new album, please.
I would like that, please. The set list alone, I don't know if you can pull it up, but just type in System of a Down Pink Pop 2017, and
pull up the camera here.
And we don't have to obviously listen to any songs or anything, but just to show the set list from that is fucking nuts. I mean, it was just good. It was just a awesome thing. The one thing I wasn't super pumped about was Serge's vocals are a little off. It seemed like he was having trouble keeping up with some of the songs.
Yeah, I feel like he does that a lot too. So this is the set list.
They walked in with Soldier Side intro, right into Sweet Pea. And like they had me by the short hairs at that moment. I was just in. And it went pretty good after that.
Violent Pornography.
And but they weren't playing just like we're only playing our last album. They played from front to back, left to right, played everything.
Psycho with Olivia Newton-John's physical intro. Physical.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that one. It was good. But they all seem very much in their own corners of the stage.
Is question no post-hypnotic suggestions. Running a ship to far. That one's suggestions. I couldn't remember all the.
I only know that because I was watching an old video of them. I don't know. But they were very much in their own areas though, and didn't interact. Darren's kind of chubby, and he has a really gross mustache.
I would imagine.
And he seemed very serious. Serge seemed like he was struggling to keep up with his own pace of his vocal styling. And Shavo was rocking the crowd. Like, he was really, like, into it. And probably the best in the, like, as far as live performance and crowd pleasing, Shavo was the best. And then John was just back behind the drum set, obviously. But it seemed like Shavo and John were together and, like, they're doing as rhythm and drums typically do. And then the other two were kind of in their own worlds. And,
which is good.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably for the best anyways.
Yeah.
I think that was the whole big stink in the first place, was just them competing with each other on a lot of shit. So,
but they weren't high energy at all. They were very much like Serge was standing right in the middle of the stage and didn't move from it very much. And I was going back and watching like O2 live videos, and they're just running around like fucking
no, this was just... I remember, I think it was... Who was it that went and seen it? I think it was Jay and Mal. Maybe Thomas went to go see somebody at like a Point Fest or whatever, and System just so happened to be there, and they didn't know who they were at that point in time, because this was like 1999, 2000, right when that album was about, the very first album was about to come out.
Yeah.
99, I think. Anyway, they were at the concert or something, and they said, and we don't know who System of a Down is. Nobody did.
Yeah.
And they decided to go over there, and that was the point in time whenever Surge had his always wore the face paint and shit like that, and was just on the stage doing all kinds of fucking crazy manic shit. And JSJ said he remembered looking at Mal, and Mal just had this fucking slack jaw, just like looking at him. He's just like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah. Look at his face.
But they still got it. I mean, if they can pull it together, I was definitely the thing good. I didn't know I wanted until I saw it, and I was like, I do want this, please.
Yeah.
Listen, breaking news, not so breaking news, but to you, it's breaking news, which is
I didn't know this was a thing.
Funny as shit.
Batman Elmer Fudd special comic.
So the Looney Tunes world and the DC world are clashing.
I like the it's bat season in Gotham City.
And this is kind of, obviously, as Batman is kind of one of the bigger titles. But yeah, that's what Elmer Fudd looks like.
Look, so I killed him.
And but they have all of these crossovers. I mean, you've got like the Road Runners hanging out with certain people, and Daffy Duck and the Duck Dodgers, and they're all like with like Hal Jordan and Green Lantern, and
that's awesome.
And it's a weird little.
The whole thing is that way. I know she loved Bruce Wayne, and he loved her.
So
other than they just didn't skimp on that though. But how would would you imagine Elmer Fudd being in Batman's universe though? I mean, I know the universe. I'm just talking about like being in Gotham.
City.
A hunter being in Gotham City.
Like somebody who hangs out in the woods. There's got to be a way that he gets there. Like
I would assume so, but I just meant like this isn't the combo that I would imagine being. I could imagine like Bugs Bunny popping out that looks like that, and all of a sudden he says something like, "I took the wrong turn at Albuquerque," like he always did, or something like that. You know what I mean? And
like,
then ending up in the city.
That's more affiliated with the woods or something like.
Yeah.
Could like Wonder Woman's in like the Amazon,
and
Elmer Fudd's going to like. It does seem like a little bit of a weird.
I couldn't think of who else would be in the city. Like Sylvester. I mean, they're City Cat and Tweety Bird. And they're always in the city and stuff, too.
Absolutely.
So. 10 out of 10. Masterpiece.
Are there... wow.
Surprisingly deep and enjoyable mashup of these two franchises. That's really
There's probably
fucking
a
crazy.
list of all of the crossovers. The Looney Tunes DC crossovers. While you're looking that up...
Yeah.
Another comic thing that I wanted to talk about was the Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you know this, but there's a comic book series right now, currently ongoing, called The Power of the Dark Crystal.
Yeah, I've seen
a long sequel. It's way out there, and it's pretty good. I'm a big Dark Crystal fan. I don't know.
I love Dark Crystal, but I've not read I've seen it, but I've not read the comics.
I have to hook you up.
Yeah,
hook you up. But it's in issue 4, I think, comes out this week, so...
Wonder Woman and the Tasmanian Devil.
He looks like that.
That makes sense, though, to me.
Yeah, that's true.
She's fighting the Tasmanian Devil?
Looks like it.
It's like he's not a good guy at all, for sure.
No.
Jonah Hex and Yosemite Sam.
Of course that
makes perfect sense, and I like that he's a midget short guy. Oh, is that, what's his face?
Oh, sorry.
What's his name? Foghorn Leghorn.
That one.
That's awesome. Lobo and the Roadrunner.
They're both going to
They're both bounty hunters. Trying to hunt the... That's fucking cool. Man, Martian, that makes sense too.
Look at the art though. That seems real cool. Like on his...
Yeah, it's very, very detailed. I like the fact that he's like giant in this... What's the other? The Legion of Superheroes with Bugs Bunny. And Bugs Bunny is Superman now?
Maybe.
There's oh, rest in peace, Adam West.
Oh.
You were a sticky dicky. That was the breaking news, everybody.
But have you also seen that Netflix is making a prequel to the Dark Crystal?
Yes.
TV series.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be killer.
I've seen it too.
Or add a Netflix series. I guess you don't call it a TV series. You know what I mean. Don't judge
call
me.
It TV. I mean, it is TV technically.
Don't judge me.
Streaming.
Yeah.
I'm judging you right now silently though.
Kind of comic book news, but not comic book news is.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Blockheads? Are you familiar with the Blockheads? These Lego figurines.
Well, yes.
They're like a pop.
I think you told me about them.
Probably
because
did.
they have the Blockheads they're like the pops. You said because they said they had to have the one that's like a Joker and stuff too.
Yeah. I bought myself a Batman one, and I have them displayed on my work desk next to my Space Needle Lego set.
Nice.
So I've got my collection. But blockheads are cool. It took me like 15 minutes to build a little Lego set. I felt like a kid for a moment, and got to get me. It was $10 at Target, which I didn't think was a bad price point for a little mini Lego set with Batman on it.
I would have assumed that we would have had
blockheads with a Z.
I would have assumed we would have got those at GameStop, but not yet. Yeah, this is the one I seen. I seen the picture of the old traditional Batman.
Yeah, I didn't get the old one.
Pan the camera back again. I might as well just leave it on here since we're all just doing nothing but searching here. So there's your Joker. I like the weird eyes with the giant mouth.
I've got the it's not on here at all. It's a black and yellow Batman.
That one.
That's a different blockheads.
That's a different one.
Those are blockheads without an A. They're not Lego set.
Blockheads Batman. Let's see if there's a...
That one.
Yeah. Oh, look. Oh, it's like the
size comparison.
Yeah. Oh, I meant like the actual... That's the one from...
The movie.
Will Arnett, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But his...
Ronald!
That's awesome. His eyes glow in the dark, which is cool.
That is cool.
Looks like they've got a Superman and a Wonder Woman.
It's got the giant goggles. I said goggles.
Goggles. They got Superman and Wonder Woman. I haven't seen those out in stores.
Black Panther.
Nice.
Doctor Strange.
But yeah, I think they're super neat. I would collect them if I may end up kind of getting one here.
What was the investment cost for yours?
$10.
$10?
Yep.
Wasn't sure how much it would end up being.
$10 is it.
About this many pieces?
No.
Oh. More or less?
More. It was probably... Well, click on one of them pictures right there. I'll probably tell you.
Oh, you'd probably have to look at the back of the packaging.
Oh, that back of the packaging.
You know what I mean?
10 plus.
That's probably the age to be able to have it and assemble.
41,585. But yeah, it's super cool. I recommend them for anybody that's a collector of...
I recommend you.
Like Legos and comic book things. They're super cool together. Like them. And other things.
Cool.
What else do you want to know?
All the things.
How long have we been going?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Have you heard the news about Drake Bell potentially playing Nightwing in the Titans TV show?
No. Really?
You know Drake Bell, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
Well, I think we talked about Drake
Bell
last week.
We talked about him like a week or two ago, yeah.
So Drake Bell's been teasing...
Oh, I saw about that too.
Yes.
I forgot about that for sure.
So, Drake Bell may be playing Nightwing on Titans. So Titans is the Teen Titans, essentially.
So is it already ongoing or something? Or
no, it's a show that's been in development, I think at TNT, if I remember right.
Seems like it should be a CW property.
You would think.
Yeah.
But TNT's got it right now, or they did have it, unless they've dropped it. And one of the leader, if they go that direction, because Robin's typically the leader of the Teen Titans, but Nightwing could be, is that Drake Bell's been teasing it, similar to the way that that one fella from Beauty and the Beast has been teasing being the Penguin.
Yes.
Kind of in that same way.
Josh Gad.
Yeah, Josh Gad. Yeah. And so it's not been confirmed. He's just like, wouldn't it be cool if I was playing Nightwing?
Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot too, because that was the way that Jared Leto was for ages before. A couple years before he actually was told that he was actually the Joker.
Oh, okay.
Like he was just like, wouldn't it be awesome if I could be the next Joker for this new Batman thing and Superman thing that's coming out?
Which kind of worked out for our friend Donald Glover.
Yeah.
In not in a real sense, but like they were like
he wanted to be the Joker.
He wanted to be a Joker because he was like, wouldn't it be cool if he wasn't. Somebody was like, hey, you should be Spider-Man. And he's not going to be Spider-Man, but they did announce now that he is the uncle of Miles Morales in the new Spider-Man movie. Spoilers! So that's pretty cool that since he's obviously probably a little too old for the way that they want to play out Miles Morales, he's at least gets to be part of Miles' origin story in the Spider-Man universe, which I thought was a nice way to kind of say, I understand that you can't be this.
It is really good that he's like at least got his toes dipped into as many Spider-Man things as he can.
Absolutely. It kind of they're acknowledging his importance in the revival of Spider-Man and that, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So
So it's just a TV movie.
Yeah.
1 hour TV movie revival for Rocko's Modern Life. What's the name of the title of the movie?
The title of the movie will be Static Cling.
Rocko's Modern Life, Static Cling. And they're getting all of the original voice actors back to do everything, including Tom Kenny to be Heifer and the big fat woman, the How Dare You!
Mr. Toad.
Yeah. Does he Mr. Toad too? Miss Fathead?
Fathead.
No, Fatheads were the... that wasn't their names, were they? Were they the Fatheads? I thought Fatheads was the name. Big Head. Yeah, because they had a different name that was like the Fatheads or something that was for whenever they made the spoof on their stuff in the show. Regardless, I'm super excited. That was one of my favorite cartoons growing up.
They're also making a Invader Zim movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
And a Hey Arnold movie. So that'll be kind of released.
I think the Hey Arnold one's supposed to be like actually him going out to find his parents finally, because that was like how like everything ended was with a TV movie, and they were like, the parents are still alive, they crashed in a jungle or something. That's this was supposed to be like him going out into the jungle to try and find out where his parents are.
But the Rocko movie, from the synopsis, reads that it's Rocko dealing with modern life with technology, and that Heifer and Filbert, good gosh, they've likened to all the new technologies and whatnot, and Rocko just can't get his shit straight, just like normal.
So Carlos, this is the guy that does the voice for Rocko. I don't remember what else does he voiced.
Taco Shop.
Thank you very much. He was the voice for Spunky too.
The
dog
barking.
Yeah, just barking. Let's see.
But
Fairly Odd Parents. He was Mr. Crocker.
Oh, okay.
Fairly Odd Parents.
But yeah,
Puss in Boots.
I am super pumped about that. I too am a Rocko's Modern Life fan. I have the series and watch it often.
I'm so excited.
And
what was it? You that was telling me that what was on Amazon? Batman, The Adventures of Batman. You know, I'm talking about the '96 series, the animated series.
Yeah. What about it?
I think all of those are on Amazon Prime for free.
Yeah, they go off and on there. They're on there sometimes. I actually bought them on Google Play.
No, it was my friend Gus. He said they're on there now.
My friend Gus. Hi, Gus.
They're on there now, and he said that's what he's been like going to sleep to, just putting it on and just letting it go.
Yeah, I've got it. I ended up buying them on Google.
I forgot Heifer's family was all the wolves.
Yes, he was adopted by
Tom Kenny.
He's got lots of money.
He does.
The dude's rolling in the dough. Yeah.
That's how he does the SpongeBob voice.
Speaking of
Mr. Lawrence, that's the guy that does Filbert. That's what they call him.
He's on SpongeBob too.
What was he doing, SpongeBob?
Plankton.
Oh my. El Super Beasto. Who was he in El Super Beasto? Oh, he's a writer. Oh, that's disappointing. I was hoping he was a voice of something.
He probably did something.
I know, what's the face? Hard and Firm did the one song for El Super Beasto. Yeah. Chris Hardwick and Mike Furman.
They are re-releasing the Batman: The Mask of the Phantasm
on Blu-ray. I'm really excited for that too.
That's pretty cool.
That was one of my favorite animated movies growing up.
That was one of the.
That was the one where they go to the chick was the Phantom. Spoilers for 1993 show or whatever it was.
They put that in theaters. I don't know if you remember.
They had to go in the Tomorrowland, and that's where Joker had his. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I was there.
They put cartoons in theaters.
I was there.
It was crazy. It's cray. Fruit Ninja's getting a comic book series. I don't know who gives a shit about that, but I thought I'd let you know.
Thanks.
John Wick's getting a comic book series, which I still haven't seen, but I know is supposed to be something that I need to see.
Getting a TV series.
John Wick's getting a TV series?
It's called The Continental, which is the name of the hotel that all the assassins stay at. So it's supposed to be based around all of the different assassins coming in and out of stuff.
Not necessarily John Wick, but...
But they did say that Keanu Reeves is on board with coming in different guest episodes occasionally. Nice. So like maybe once or twice a season he'll be in there in the hotel.
So in the meantime, they're also going to have a comic book series.
That'd be cool.
They're going to tell you more stories about John Wittgenstein.
You are?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought you said you're going to tell me.
No, I don't know. I don't know much about John Wick. I haven't seen him yet. But, yeah. What else you got?
Nothing. I'm going to play the people out with the worst cry ever, and then I think we're going to call it an episode.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of As for the Rest of Us. If you haven't seen the worst cry ever, we're going to play that real quick for you.
You haven't been around for the past 20 years.
Somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you.
Here we go. Have a good night or day, whatever time it is. Bye, guys.